Hi guys, welcome back to the Jake Vlog channel. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about a serious subject that not only is affecting football right now, it's affecting many people all over the world right now, and that is of course the coronavirus. Now I'm not going to really talk about the actual virus itself because to be honest I don't know much about it really. I'm just going to be talking about some effects that has now led to certain stuff happening in leagues that I'm sure you guys have already heard of, and how it is and could affect football. So a couple days ago, the Serie A announced that they were going to play their games behind closed doors until April, and that was the first proper effect coronavirus had on really any leagues in proper professional football, and yeah, so they announced that their games for the next month, all Serie A games in Italy, will be played behind closed doors, and that's what happened this weekend in the Serie A. No fans turned up to the games. Well, of course they couldn't. They were played behind closed doors. And then yesterday, it was announced that they have postponed Serie A completely. I think it's for a month or something, or a certain amount of time until they can obviously resume the season. So what this means for football, there's a lot of different things. Of course, we've got the Euro 2020 in the summer, which is at risk of being postponed or delayed a year or something, which I think for all football fans it will be a massive shock and disappointment, of course, but because Serie A need to, of course, finish their league because there's not going to be any Serie A games now for a month or something, and I don't think they can just end the season now. Well, I mean, I have seen some reports that they could end the league now, but no teams would get relegated because, of course, that would be unfair. But then the top two teams from Serie B, which has also been cancelled for the next month or however long, the top two teams in that league will go to the Serie A. So there'll be 22 teams in Serie A. So it's a bit confusing, but of course it is unfair for teams to get relegated right now when there's still 10 games to play of the season. So that's all going on in Serie A. Italy are in lockdown now with the coronavirus, and you know this could we could very well see this happen or start to happen in, of course, the Premier League. I mean, the first thing they did was stopped handshakes for last week's Premier League games. Of course, there were no handshakes before the game to try and prevent it or to stop it. And now of course, Premier League could be postponed. Games could be played behind closed doors. I know Champions League games are being played behind closed doors this week and next week. I know Barca game is behind closed doors. The PSG v Dortmund game, that is also going to be played behind closed doors. So loads of games and fans and football fans are being affected by, of course, this serious virus going around at the moment, and of course this could all this could lead to the Euros 2020, of course, which is meant to be happening in the summer, being delayed by possibly a year, because as I just said a minute ago, these leagues will need to finish their season, I believe, because, you know, if the Premier League was, say, to be postponed now, say, for a month or something, I mean, Liverpool, yes, of course, they've already won the league, but I reckon they'll just have to wait, and the season could end maybe June or even July time, depends how long the likes of Serie A, how long the league is postponed for, But yeah, it's not really ideal, of course, for any football fan seeing no fans in a stadium during a game. It's not great to see, but I guess it is all to prevent, of course, the coronavirus, which is a really serious and hot topic at the moment. So whether the Euros in the summer will go ahead, or maybe they'll postpone it a little bit, and maybe next season will start a little bit late. I'm not too sure. I can't see that happening, to be fair. But I could definitely see the Euros. Not I can see, but I suppose I wouldn't be overly shocked if something happens with the Euros, if it's delayed by a year or something. We will have to wait and see. But yeah, there's loads of stuff happening now in the world of football because of coronavirus. As I've mentioned in this video, games being played behind closed doors. It's awful in Italy, and they've had to postpone football in their country, which hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't have to do that in England, or even postpone games and stop games for a month. That would be awful. To be fair, the way Spurs are playing at the moment, to be fair, that's a treat right now for us. But yeah, it would be awful to see the Premier League be postponed even if it's just a couple of weeks, it will truly be awful. And there is really serious talks of the Euros now being postponed, which I'm sure all football fans are absolutely devastated about. But yeah, we're just going to see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, what are your thoughts? What can you see happening in football? So yeah, let me know all this in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.